So this is the multiplier bar with the stripped out multiplier module out of a MADAS B series machine, and I had the problem that the multiplier didn't work. It wouldn't store the dialed in numbers or the pressed numbers on the keyboard into this number 5 register, which is the multiplier register, and it would only start the motor and then nothing happens, and it would run forever. So this multiplier bar, which is located here, has two functions. When you press it first time, the dial-in numbers of the keyboard will be transferred to this register, and then this, when this is made, the keyboard is cleared, and when you press the second number, which you will multiply with the number in the register, then you dial it in or press it in the keyboard, and then you press this this bar, multiplier bar, the second time, and this starts the counting process, and the numbers are multiplied or added several times or so many times, which is dialed in here, and when it's ready, or then the number, then the carriage will shift to the next number, and the process starts again until the rest of the numbers here are zeros. Then it stops. For this reason, this mechanism has two zero sensing mechanisms, from which the first one is here, made of these. Don't know if you can see that. These noses, which are linked to a tube, metal tube. They are fixed there, and this on this tube also this lever is fixed. So if you can see, if I move this, the noses are moving in synchron. So if all these numbers are 0, these noses all fit in the grooves in those plates, and then this lever is in the forward position. When it is in the forward position, so if all of these noses are in their grooves, you can see that the bar is in the forward position, and this triangle here is also in forward position, and you can see that this notch is behind this lever of the triangle. This means if you press this in this position, the mechanism runs to pushes up this lever, which is located so this is the idle position, and when the lever is pressed for the first time, it falls here, and then it pushes up this lever, and that makes this lever go down, and that moves the whole mechanism in front. And these here in front engage to the counter mechanism. So the numbers, when the machine moves, the numbers which are dialed in the keyboard are transferred, you can see here, to the number 5 register. If I leave that, it moves back and is disengaged. So when now any number is dialed in, at least one number must be dialed in here, and then the groove is out of position, moves out of position. You can see that here, moves out of position. And if one or more grooves are out of position, the complete notch bar is pressed in the backwards position. Then you see that the notch of the multiplier bar is now in front of the triangle, because this lever moves back together with the notches, as you can see here, and pushes this back, and then the notch is in the other position. And this engages the second stage mechanism when the machine runs through the dialed in numbers here. So the problem of my machine was that this bar contains this bar has an angle and a notch which goes here to this small lever, which is attached to this big lever and uses it as bearing, and these were seized. This was completely glued to the other lever and moved completely synchronous. And this has to move freely and independently from each other. Otherwise, this mechanism doesn't work, and it will always stay in the second position and or in the first position and won't go to the second position, and that's the problem. So if you see that this lever here, when all numbers here down here are 0, must be independently movable from this lever here. If this sticks together, the whole mechanism won't work. So I had to disassemble it and tear it out, and then I had to take a little bit of force to separate these things and put the old grease out and clean it, and now it runs freely around the other bearing. And this is the point. Probably if you encounter the same problem, you can check it by holding down this lever. This is reachable even if the machine is built together, and then you can hold it, and then this lever must be movable without moving this lever at once. If this moves with that movement and you cannot hold it straight, then this means that this bearing is seized. Probably you can try, if that's the case, to wiggle here and hold here and put, I think you can reach this point from when it's built in from the underside, and to put some alcohol or penetrating oil here in this groove. You see, if I wiggle here, you can see this must separate, and this has to there you can probably put some alcohol and wiggle it, and perhaps it will free like this. And I think this might be the main problem of these machines. One second lever, which you can see here. There's a small lever which transverses the window here, and this also must be freed. You can reach it from here. I don't know if it's visible. And this is this one which transverses here, and this must be movable. And this big lever here, which should run independently from this one, as told, is connected with this. Here you can see that, which moves. And what this lever does is it pushes down the repeat key to disconnect it if it's in the repeat position. And that's the 0 position of on the right side of the position sensing mechanism for the carriage. And if you reassemble this gear mechanism, the carriage has to be in the leftmost position, and then the gear has to fit in that these levers are located exactly like that, and then it's correctly reassembled. So the machine is reassembled now, and now we can try how the multiplication works. So we dial in the first number, press the multiplier key for the first stage, and here the number has dialed in, and then we press some second number, and then we press it again. And that was it. So thanks for watching this short video about the multiplication system of this MADAS BTG 20. Okay, thanks for watching, and bye bye.